Welcome to our new creative studio. Definitely way better than it was. And I am now a proud owner of a nail gun. Alright, there's been probably a lot of time lapses and I owe you guys an update. We are now starting on the front office area.
You know, the art is finding anything that's remotely square in this building.
Yeah, it's not the most square building.
Everything that's not square will hide with black paint.
Yeah, we were contemplating ripping this off the wall, but now we're making it look like it's like a feature built into it. And I love these panels. I've always wanted these panels somewhere. We might do it honestly at a main room or on some accent wall as well. This is gonna look so cool when you first look into like the service window thing with the big sign there. And yeah, the boys are getting this up. It's a full family effort. Jared's parents here. Victoria put in some work. My parents were here.
Half a wall, put carpet down, and you have an office.
I ended up ordering a lot of carpet for that room, and this floor is the same stuff that was in the other room. Like it's falling apart. It's not fully complete over here. It wasn't fully level. So even getting the carpet down in here is gonna make it feel so much better. Like that, like studio office area feels so cozy now, just from the carpet as well. So we're gonna do that in here and then start organizing stuff later too.
Collete is currently out of the shop grabbing a new couch, so I figured now is a great time for me to take a second to actually answer this comment, which was so freaking cool. There's also a good chance that you guys know very little about me because I don't usually talk about myself on the internet. So I'm Victoria, my business name is Vital Focus Media, and for the last 5 years I've been freelance, but this last year I joined forces with Collete. So a lot of what you see on this wall behind me is actually from what I was previously doing before I took this full-time position here in Florida. I used to shoot wedding videos, real estate videos, I've done docu-series on like a sawmill, all kinds of random stuff, but drifting pretty much is my full-time gig. So with that being said, this can get really lengthy really quick. If you're a nerd like me, it is really easy to get to yapping. So let's start with action cameras because honestly, these get used way more than people would expect. I use these for in-car footage, exterior mounting, or weird angles that I physically can't get to with a handheld camera, or anything where there's a high chance that something might get hit or fly off. My favorite angles with the action cameras are the foot cam shot behind the head, point of view, and the swivel mount. It is designed specifically for drifting. Wow. If you put this on the hood of a car, you essentially create a chase car. It's like Larry Chen on a budget. So freaking cool. So just a different perspective. As you can imagine, mounts are honestly just as important as the camera itself. So I have an array of suction cup mounts, cage clamp mounts, magnets, basically every option depending on where I'm rigging and how sketchy I'm willing to be that day. If the mount fails, the shot fails. So I try really hard not to cheap out here. When it comes to the main camera bodies, I have two main cameras that I shoot with on a track day. One being the Sony a7S, and I will use that for environmental shots, shooting Collete, walking and talking. And then when it comes to the cars, on track is where my Fujifilm cameras come into play. I'll usually have different lenses permanently mounted throughout a weekend, so I'm not constantly swapping glass and missing moments or stressing in the middle of something, depending on what track we're at. So each body has a purpose, whether it's photo, video, backup, or something that I can hand off. I try to keep my kit flexible but not redundant. Every lens truly has to earn its place. As far as lighting goes, I have a decent amount of lighting, but as we're traveling, I try to keep things compact and powerful. What I would say though is I care the most about portability and speed versus having massive lights. Because if it's annoying to set up, I just won't use it. For the gimbal and drone, these are things that I don't typically use that often, unfortunately. They take a lot of time, and most racetracks during an event weekend won't actually let you fly a drone. So I have the Mavic Mini, which is small enough to fit in my Pelican case without being a burden. And then in the instance that I can use it, I always will. And that's pretty much it. This is the gear that lets me move fast, stay flexible, and actually focusing on capturing moments instead of fighting with my equipment. If you're building your own kit, I hope your biggest takeaway is buy for how you shoot, not what looks cool on a gear list.
Look at you busting out the gimbal.
Yeah, you know why, honestly?
Why?
The real reason is because in the video that I did talking about my gear, I was like, oh, I have all this stuff and I never use it. And so
oh, you told yourself
I called myself out.
Yeah.
Well,
now, next scene, got the gimbal working, but look. Oh, too fast. We're in the new front office, you guys. This is fully done, even though it's still kind of a work in progress. But this back wall has got to be one of my favorite things. It is completely transformed this entire front area. We got the OG sign that Duarte actually gave me for my birthday a couple of years ago in the center, and I love it. This whole thing was kind of a nightmare that worked out. I got different pieces of furniture and I hated them. Like some were supposed to go here and then over there, and I had a meltdown. I was like, wait a minute, if I can paint it and make it all look cohesive, it might work out, and it did, and I love it. I'm really glad we took the time to paint this because it just adds a little more pop of color without being too crazy, but I'm really happy with how this room turned out. I don't really think we would do too many more changes. I do want to have monitors eventually up here where we can see all of our security. So we have those coming in, and we'll have like live stream of all the cameras that are absolutely everywhere, because right now it's just on our phone. But I really love it. Maybe some more lights. You know, we always like some good vibes and lights, but super stoked with how this room came out. While we were doing this room, we are also doing this front lounge area. And y'all, I am so So this is it. I didn't really film much of the decoration process. It was kind of slowly happening over the past few weeks here, getting it all cleaned, organized. I still want to do lights like around the perimeter like we did in the office. I think that'd be really cool, but this room has gotten a huge transformation, and it's still like kind of crazy to see a lot of my stuff in one area, like to have the space to even do a proper lounge, have a place for all the trophies, and even the suits hanging. Like, how cool is that? This was my race suit from last year, my first ever season of Formula Drift. And then this is my favorite all-time race suit. My fade one, which I'll probably end up taking off the wall and still wearing, but right now it looks really awesome and is in decoration mode. We have our full Black Rifle coffee bar set up, fully stocked and ready to go. If you want a cup, we got you. Fine, cup, boom, right here. If you're like Victoria and you drink 5 to 17 cups of coffee a day, you can just bust out some pots of coffee, you know? We got it all right here, all stocked up. Last thing that we did was add this rug, which sort of pulled all the pink and colors together and got a new couch. And I might double this couch over here. We have a little dog area, you know? We got a lot of dogs up in this house. So now they have their own area. And the fact that I can see all my cars also from here is kind of crazy. Like, this is turning into such a cool spot to just hang out. I mean, even like Victoria, Jared, we're all here like till really late at night hanging out. People are coming over. This is now like the new game spot. We've got our Xbox hooked up. Victoria's been switching it up lately. Another thing that's pretty cool is we have our own makeup area. So shout out to the girls. Come over here anytime. Got the good lighting for you. As you can also see in the background, we'll walk through the shop in a little bit, but the shop is also a lot cleaner. So I'm really, really happy with how this is all coming together. Now for this area right here, this is going to be where the ultimate sim racing setup goes. I have all my stuff that I've had for a while now from Sim Magic, and I'm super excited to be working with them this year. I did a lot of training with their gear last year for Formula Drift, and this is the perfect spot to set it up. And again, it'll be in the lounge. We'll be here late at night and I can get my sim reps in. I do have a question for you guys though. I need you to help me on a big decision. Obviously, your girl loves color and aesthetics and vibes, okay? I found monitors that are pink and I have not unboxed them yet. I'm gonna unbox them right now, but I need y'all to be so for real and tell me if you like them or if I should do black, because I am planning to paint the actual sim chassis in a neon fade. Like actually here, I'm gonna assemble the sim chassis and then paint it just like this. This is actually done with powder coat. I did this at Prismatic headquarters, but I've had these exact same colors in paint. I painted the Corvette and it's gonna be this exact fade, and it's gonna tie into like the other fade art in the background. So I have an AI mock-up that I wanna show you, and I need help deciding, should we keep the monitors in floor matte pink like this photo, or should we just do black monitors and a black matte and let the sim rig itself shine? I don't know, I need help with that. But also I want to unbox this monitor. Look how cool. This is the cutest thing ever. I never even thought that I could get pink monitors, and after a very, very long debate, I decided to go with triples instead of doing a really big single monitor. I just think having better peripheral and surround is gonna be what I'm gonna want long term. So we're starting off with some little triples. Dude! Ah! Look at her. Wow. That is so cool. And then with triples, obviously you're gonna see the outside of it and it's gonna be pretty. This is what's coming up next. So we're gonna do like a whole separate video going over the entire sim setup. I'm talking lighting, probably a neon sign there, maybe even some overhead lighting, definitely under low, obviously. Triple monitor, Sim Magic gear, super cool chassis. I do wanna have like a live streaming setup as well. So we're gonna have to figure that out, probably a 4th monitor. And then I'll be able to do that a lot more. But that is the plan for here. Super happy with how this came out. And then we've also made a lot of progress on the shop. I think in the last video, you couldn't really see the floor. So there's been a lot of work that's gone into that. And most of my cars are in the shop. There's, I think, 3 that are not in here right now. But this is crazy. Like, actually seeing all my cars under one roof is pretty wild. They're not all, like, they're not always gonna stay in here, every single one of them, because then you can't really move around. But it has been freezing here and below freezing temperatures, so I had to move a lot of them in because I don't have coolant in most of them, just around like distilled water. So didn't want to crack any engine blocks, that would not be fun. But yeah, this is it. And you can see most of the floor, which is so cool. We have cars on lifts now. And yeah, you can get a better vision sort of how this is coming together. Now, I did say in the last video, I had to go through all my RH7 parts. I did not go through them. I got a storage unit and decided I'm going to do that at a later date. So pushing that off for now. But I did go through a lot of things, and the one new development for the shop that I realized is that I have too much art stuff for painting, customizing Nikes. I think I talked about that a little bit in the last tour. So this entire area, if this space is enough for like tools and a workbench usage, I'm gonna make this like a art department. I have so much stuff, spray paint, and there's too much things, and there's no room in the offices for this stuff, so we're gonna have a little creative art department at Collete Racing. So that will be coming soon. Let me know if you're interested in that or what I'm actually doing with all this stuff. Lots of progress has been made. But let us know in the comments below kind of what your favorite transformation has been so far. Also, any recommendations for shop organizing, any cool lighting stuff you guys have seen. I definitely plan to get all my partner logos. I think I mentioned that in like neon signs, and then hot pink stripe, maybe, around the entire thing. And yeah, let us know what you think in the comments below. This has been a ton of work and a lot of people lending their time and hands and renovation skills, or me and Victoria figuring out how to do a lot of renovation stuff, but I couldn't be more pumped on the result and how everything is coming together. So let me know what you think, and I'll see you guys in the next video.